Hey guys, this is Chemplified and in this video we will talk about reactions of chloroform. Since we are talking about reactions of chloroform, our reactant is always going to be same, that is chloroform, that is CHCl3. So no need to consider the reactant, just focus on the reagent and the product which are forming. Let's start with the first reaction. When chloroform undergoes oxidation, right, when chloroform is treated with oxygen, you get phosgene gas, that is COCl2. This is your phosgene gas, right? So this is your first reaction. Second reaction is when chloroform is treated with HNO3, that is your nitric acid. When chloroform is treated with nitric acid, you will get chloropicrin. The hydrogen atom will be replaced by NO2. This is the second reaction. Let's move to the next. The third reaction, when now look at the third and fourth reaction together. In both the cases reactant is chloroform. In both the cases reagent is also nascent hydrogen, right? But the only difference is zinc is also there. The only difference is in first case the medium is aqueous and in second case the medium is acidic, right? So you can say that in here the medium is neutral and in this case the medium is acidic. Now when neutral medium is there, you will get methane as the final product. So when chloroform is treated with nascent hydrogen in presence of zinc and water, you get methane. And on the other hand, when chloroform is treated with nascent hydrogen in presence of zinc and HCl, you get dichloromethane, right? So these are the two products which you should remember in what happens in when the case is with water and what happens when the case is with HCl, right? Let's move to the next. When chloroform is treated with alcoholic KOH, when chloroform is treated with alcoholic KOH, you get potassium formate plus KCl plus H. These are the byproducts, but the main product is potassium formate. The potassium, or we can call it the potassium salt of carboxylic acid, right? So this is your product. Sixth, when chloroform is treated with KOH in presence of pyridine. Sorry, not pyridine, aniline. When KOH is treated with when chloroform is treated with KOH in presence of aniline, you get carbylamine, right? This is your final product. The short form is written here. Let's move to the next. When chloroform is treated with propene in presence of peroxide, you get 1,1,1 trichlorobutane. This reaction can also be stated as when an alkene is treated with chloroform in presence of peroxide, you are going to get the product 1,1,1 trichlorobutane, right? Since peroxide is there, anti-Markovnikov rule may also apply. Now the eighth one is when chloroform is treated with chlorine. Again, in simple terms, excess of chlorine is there, and when excess of chlorine is there, you will get tetrachloromethane, that is all the hydrogens are replaced by chlorine, right? Let's move to the next. When chloroform is treated with, this is our acetone. When chloroform is treated with acetone in presence of base, you get chloritone. What happens in this reaction is the these three carbons remain still in chain, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, and the carbon where double bonded oxygen was there, a hydrogen, this hydrogen reach the oxygen and this carbon reach the double bonded carbon from behind and you get chloritone. So CCl3 is attached to the same carbon on which OH is there, right? Let me repeat it once again. In this reaction, this hydrogen will move to this oxygen and the carbon here will move to this carbon. Now since in carbonyl group oxygen has a negative charge, so delta negative, delta positive, the hydrogen will go in the form of H plus, right? So carbon will have a negative charge and this negatively charged carbon will attack the carbon of the carbonyl group and you will get the final product as chloritone, right? So now the 10th reaction is important, really important. Why? Because it is a named reaction, Reimer-Tiemann reaction. I don't know how to pronounce it, you can consider yourself how you are going to pronounce it. Now when chloroform is treated with some alcohol, in our case phenol, when chloroform is treated with phenol in presence of base, you are going to get salicylaldehyde. This is a direct reaction, this is a named reaction, important one, so note it down. I repeat, when chloroform is treated with phenol, or you can write the reaction as when phenol is treated with chloroform in presence of NaOH, you get salicylaldehyde, right? So in both the cases, the reactant is going to be one of the reactant is going to be chloroform, right? So this is your Remer-Timmer reaction. Next, when chloroform is treated with silver directly, you get acetylene. In simple terms, what is happening is all the three chlorine atoms are going to get replaced, and there are two chloroform molecules are there, of which all the chlorine atoms will be removed, and what is going to remain is from the two chloroform, and these two carbon will form bond between them. So that's how you are going to get acetylene, right? Now the 12th one is when chloroform is treated with sodium ethoxide, you get ethyl orthoformate, right? The final product is going to be ethyl orthoformate. This is I repeat, when chloroform is treated with sodium ethoxide, you get ethyl orthoformate. Let's move to the next. 13th one, when chloroform is treated with benzene in presence of AlCl3, where AlCl3 is behaving like a Lewis acid, you are going to get triphenyl methane. How you are going to get this triphenyl methane? Now the function of AlCl3 is to behave like a Lewis acid, which means it is electron deficient, but the chlorine present here have electrons around them. So the AlCl3, what this AlCl3 is going to do is going to take on this chlorine. Now this when this chlorine is removed, this benzene will attack the carbon and form the phenyl group, and one hydrogen will be removed, and the hydrogen removed. Now let me repeat it once again in some simple words. Now this AlCl3 will take on this chlorine and will form AlCl4 minus, right? Now this carbon, now the benzene ring is like this, so the double bond will attack the carbon, because the chlorine has taken the electron, the carbon will gain the positive charge. To neutralize this positive charge, the double bond will attack, and one of the hydrogen is there. That hydrogen will give its electron again to the ring, and the hydrogen will be moved in the form of H+. Now this H+ will again go to this chlorine taken by AlCl3 to form HCl, right? And this process continue for 3 steps to remove 3 chlorines, and the final product you are going to get is triphenyl methane, right? I hope I am clear. The 14th one is when chloroform is treated with amine. This is an amine in presence of KOH, alcoholic KOH, you are going to get isocyanide, right? Let's move to the next. Now this is the last reaction when chloroform is treated with silver. I hope this is, I'm writing this again, sorry, but let's repeat it. When chloroform is treated with silver, you are going to get acetylene. Thus silver here will capture all the chlorine molecules. At least 2 chloroform molecules will be required, so you are left behind with these 2 substrate, and these carbon atoms will combine with each other to give acetylene, right? So these are the reactions of chloroform. I hope I am clear. This will be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching.